Are you thinking about purchasing a Mansory-tuned Lamborghini Urus? Even if you're not, you should be aware of this low-cost option that Mansory produced. It feels a lot like an afterthought, isn't it? But let's not jump to conclusions and see what has changed in this version. First, let's get one thing out of the way. Modification and tuning of automobiles done by Mansory is not for everyone. I, for one, am a fan of their edgy designs. They're always working around the clock to improve and amplify the already impressive performance of their high-end, high-performance automobiles. Even though they don't like to admit it, they have a consumer base and know exactly what to do to please them. Up to now, the VENATUS tuning program for the Urus has taken a variety of shapes. In fact, they're not just replicating and reselling the same car over and over again. They are actually doing out with the whole design and producing a completely new design. Lamborghinis, Bentleys, BMWs, Mercedes-Benzes, and Ferraris are all on the menu at Mansory. Well, they're just one of the most well-known names in the tuning industry. Despite the use of exclusive carbon fiber, proven engine tuning, body modifications that appear to have sprung out of a fantasy novel, and interior trims that make everyone doubt their views of what colors go best together, here's how they've changed the normal Lamborghini Urus to the Lamborghini Urus VENATUS. The dark green paint job on the VENATUS serves to draw attention to the SUV's angular body lines. Mansory has added numerous additional elements to this SUV, including a carbon fiber splitter and a carbon fiber hood to the front of the car. At the back, a roof-mounted spoiler, a trunk-lid lip spoiler, and a new bumper with the carbon fiber diffuser complete the makeover. The VENATUS also has 3 yellow-shrouded tailpipes. The SUV's interior has seen just as many alterations as the vehicle's exterior in terms of color and pattern. The dashboard, steering wheel, center console, and transmission tunnel have all been modified, and the engine's start and stop button has been relocated to the roof. Even though Lamborghini Urus is one of the most striking SUVs on the market, some owners can't help but customize their cars. Fortunately, there are tuners like Mansory who are more than willing to help. Friends, relatives, and co-workers will all be impressed. Using a remote control, you can activate the starry headliner in the Mansory's Urus VENATUS. If this is what Rolls-Royce has been trying to do since 2019, then it's possible this was an afterthought or a cheap means of doing it because the technology itself, according to Mansory, adds pennies to the vehicle's overall cost. For more than 30 years, Mansory has been the pinnacle of luxury automotive elegance. In addition, with Mansory VENATUS, based on the Lamborghini Urus off-road sports car, the Bavarian-based firm has once again outdone itself as the first-stop shop for sporty accessories, fascinating body design, and entire vehicle modifications. The Mansory VENATUS has a wider body than a standard Urus, despite its disguised appearance. This VENATUS lacks a secondary accent color, unlike the Urus, but it didn't really require one. All the car's interior features an obvious shade of yellow, including the leather seats, carpet, floor mats, and headliner. The Mansory VENATUS model, like the preceding Urus, receives a power boost. It has an estimated 820 horsepower and 774 pound-foot of torque, as claimed by the German tuner. According to the manufacturer, the top speed of the car is 199 miles per hour, while the 0 to 62 mile per hour sprint takes 3.2 seconds. This is due to the car's incredible power. That's not just outstanding for an SUV, but it's in the supercar range. Lamborghini SUV skeptics will be reassured by the Mansory's VENATUS superb handling. Buying a Mansory VENATUS Lamborghini Urus in the United States will set you back over $318,000. It's quite evident how the car got these numbers, because the last P810 tune included a high-performance catalytic converter and a new engine management system. There are a slew of high-end SUVs to choose from, each with its own distinct personality, and the Urus VENATUS is no exception. It's an option between the Maserati Levante and the Bentley Bentayga. A combination of the Cullinan's grandeur and Urus's performance take Urus VENATUS to new heights of opulence and performance. Despite the fact that the Urus is underpinned by the Porsche Cayenne and Audi SQ7, Lamborghini engineers have worked hard to transform this vehicle into a car deserving the Red Bull moniker. A V8 engine powers the Urus VENATUS, and it's based on the one found in the Porsche Cayenne Turbo. However, it's been given upgrades to the cooling system and twin turbochargers, allowing it to produce 820 horsepower, making it a supercar contender. The Urus VENATUS is 5 meters long and weighs 2.2 tons. It's a four-wheel drive and has active anti-roll bars that automatically counteract body lean and can be deactivated for more off-road agility. All of its high-tech equipment is managed by a single Tamburo drive control system that helps mask the car's enormous size. If you want to see what the Urus VENATUS can really accomplish, you'll need a mode called Corsa, meaning race, to get the most out of it. Although the sport mode is more balanced and you should stick with it. But even in most civilized modes, for a sport utility vehicle, it's awe-inspiring. While many had doubts that the Mansory could make performance changes to the Urus, no one ever doubted its tuning prowess. On 22-inch wheels, the Urus VENATUS is just as confident in handling bumps and potholes as the sporty Audi Q7, especially when driving in Strada mode. Mansory's involvement in the Lamborghini Urus VENATUS brand has substantially improved the company's interior quality. As a result, the Urus VENATUS is equipped with amenities like the cutting-edge infotainment system, all with Mansory's branding. Aside from the fact that it's a firmer touchscreen than in the normal Urus, this high-quality system is easy to operate. It's the centerpiece of the vehicle and ensures that the occupants stay entertained. With its angular outlines and hexagonal metal-framed air vents that mirror the geometry of the VENATUS exterior, this design takes credit. Material finish and construction quality are exceptional thanks to the use of soft leather, Alcantara, and carbon fiber. That being said, the switches and steering column stalks utilized in this automobile are also found in less-priced models. We don't know exactly whether Mansory forgot to change this or it was a way of cutting costs. If you're looking for a sport utility vehicle that's roomier than a Porsche Cayenne, this one's gonna do the trick. If you're looking for a car for city commuting, look elsewhere. When driving a VENATUS, it's difficult to see where the vehicle's corners are because you're seated lower in a Cayenne, yet your eye line is still higher than other car drivers. When driving on a freeway though, the high shoulder line conveys a sense that you're driving a high-performance supercar, which is what you are, in essence. The VENATUS can comfortably carry luggage for up to 3 people in the back. It has 2-person bucket seats available in rear for passengers. Only individuals who stand over 6 feet tall will find themselves cramped. Passengers won't be forgotten thanks to optional screens in the back seats of the front seats, although claustrophobia may be an issue due to the rising shoulder line. It's technically possible to use the VENATUS for excursions because the trunk can be expanded by lowering the rear seats back, and Mansory expects many to be used as a daily family vehicle. With the exception of the Porsche Panamera Sport Turismo, there's no other practical performance car that brings together supercar and SUV so effectively. As a result, the driving experience and expectations of the VENATUS is likely to be quite similar to those of a supercar enthusiast. Mansory's designers have made considerable improvements in this area, which is why Mansory's owner satisfaction survey results were higher than expected. Lamborghini vehicles have been praised for their build quality, which should be the case with the Urus VENATUS. In terms of reliability, the V8 petrol engine of the Urus VENATUS is well known and should be dependable. The infotainment system supplied by Mansory is very well developed. In most cases, impartial safety specialists will never test the Urus VENATUS. Crashworthiness claims by Mansory are not a matter of public record, but it has the same level of safety equipment as the normal Urus, and the added certainty that typical driving will only touch the surface of the VENATUS possibilities. A crash is unlikely unless the Lamborghini is deliberately mishandled, as it has plenty of grip and stopping power. So, what's your take on Lamborghini VENATUS? And that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.